Hello, welcome back to Nagasaki. I am Sakura, and I'll be honest, this is like the fifth time I've recorded this, and it's starting to drive me nuts. So let's crack on with it, and let's see what you think by the final episode. So, today, we're building this area here. As you can see, we're just next to the main river here, and this episode comes with a new asset, the Kyushu Electrical Office in Nagasaki, which you will see me put down later on, and I will talk about it then, because it's a cool building, and it looks absolutely lovely, and I absolutely love it. Now, I'm just placing down the roads to get the layout that we're looking at to where we're going to be building here. I always think this is a great way to start because it gives me what I'm looking at, what I'm looking to feel, and allows me to adjust the scale, because needless to say, I mess up scale throughout this entire city, which is always fun when you're building a one-to-one, but hey, I make up with it with Panaz or whatever. But we just end up going back in and editing if we need to. So there's a few areas where I had to redid it. You saw last week's episode where I did the castle or the shrine on top of the hill. What you didn't see is after I did it, I had to shrink the whole area to actually get it to fit correctly because it was off scale, and that was a mistake on my side. But we redid that and got looking good. In this episode, we're going to start off by building this little car park here, and I love this car park. It's one of the best ones I've built so far. There is another one coming up, which you'll see, spoiler alert, that I absolutely love. So this is one of the ones that I do love at this point here, and it was a fun build. It really, really was, and I can't really argue with that, can I? You know, I say it a lot, it's a fun build, but I love this game, and it is fun. I really enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy what I'm giving to you today. Now, this was a good idea because I ended up using the fence and getting rid of the actual fence, using the concrete underneath to make these little plimps, as it were, to hold the ticket machines and stuff like that. I was just going to use a concrete cube that we've got, but that didn't really look good. So using the bottom of the fences, I was glad I was able to just remove the fence itself from PO and use the base. It looked really great and fit this area and looked like it belonged instead of just stuck out randomly. Now, it wasn't to this point when I was copying and pasting this over that I realized that the actual number pad was on the wrong side. So we ended up fixing that afterwards. But this parking lot is now done. Sticking down my asphalt to make it look like it belongs in the whole area. And then we're going to start putting some random buildings in. I say random, they're actually there. There's another little car park and a house randomly. And the reason we do that now is so we can see how much space we've got available on the other side to do this parking lot. So this parking lot's going to be overlooking this nice river here. I feel like that'll be a nice view. We love parking lots in this game. Not in real life, we want less cars, but in the game, we love a parking lot. And it'd be great if Colossal would actually pull it into the base game. Car parks, please. Next DLC maybe, Skylines car parks. I think people love that. But for now, we've got these assets that we can use on the workshop. After that was done, I'm moving into that middle bit now. And there's this shrine here, it's quite a large one. But it took me ages to find buildings that fit. Again, you're only seeing the final one, so you're lucky. But I spent hours and hours trying to find the right buildings, going in and out of the workshop to find the right buildings. I think these look really good here. I was really happy with the way they turned out. And you will see in the cinematics in a minute, the first set of cinematics, obviously, because we're breaking the episode up with this one, how these look. And I tell you what, I love them, and I hope you love them too. Okay, so now we're moving over to the Kyushu Electric building, the Nagasaki branch, and I don't know if you saw it, you might have blinked and missed it, but there are two buildings. One goes on top of the other. There's the main building, which is the big block building, like a tower as it were, and then there's the mast on top, the radio mast and satellite that goes on top of it. Now, they fit perfectly on top of each other and it sits perfectly in place. So if you're going to use it, you can just pop it on, or if you want to use it on its own, you can. You can bring it to ground level, you can PO it, so you can get rid of the stands and the ladder and stuff like that if you wish to. Now, next to that is this really cool little plaza. It's slightly raised, it's got like a war memorial on it. Looks really, really, really good. But I had to do a lot of PO, and this whole episode is PO, to be honest. So if you don't like PO, switch off. If you do, keep watching it. Also, if you don't like PO and you're switching off, just skip to the cinematics and watch them, because it is a great build. You'll love the way it looks. Now, this wall I use from City Wall. It's very bright, and that was kind of annoying to start with. So I ended up changing it. It's a shame because it's a lovely wall, but it is a bit bright, a bit shiny, which is a shame, to be honest, because it's nice. But yeah, so we ended up changing it over for a brick wall, which you'll see in a minute. I'm just going to pop the asphalt down, because asphalt everywhere, if you ask me. Mainly not in real life, I don't want to put asphalt everywhere, but the textures are really nice and they kind of help when you're building these areas up, I find it in game. And then we'll go ahead and change those walls, and then we'll move on to some of the structures we're building in PO, because there is like a weird structure here where it has like a diamond grill system. It looks lovely, but in there I end up building that completely in PO, and you'll see it in a minute. These glass roofs, you see me put them down after finally deciding to use these ones. This was a labour of love, I assure you. This whole build they took a while to get looking right. You don't see that, you see just, oh, it looks easy, nice and done. But it really, really wasn't, I'll be honest with you. It was such a pain to actually get them to look the way I wanted to. Okay, so now I'm moving on to that structure I mentioned with the weird little diamond grill system. I wanted to show how it was done in PO, how easy it was to do this, because it was, apart from lining up issues, which is something I did solve in the end. I put some pillars in it just to make it look good. But yeah, it's incredibly easy to make your own custom looking structural building in the game using PO. So I do recommend you download it if you don't. But pre-warning, and it is a warning, it is a rabbit hole. Once you start, you just can't stop POing anything, trust me. So after hours of fighting with PO on these hedges to get them the way I wanted to, I ended up moving one slightly offset to the main one and changing the colour, and it gives that look of the hedge kind of entering the autumn stages where it's starting to go a little bit off colour now. I think it looks really good. It is an easy thing to do, easy thing to achieve. I think this is absolutely fantastic personally. But yeah, it is nice. The one thing I don't like about this area is this asphalt colour. I like the texture, but didn't like the colour, so we're going to make it green. Green. Gone colourblind. We're going to make it red. And later on we're going to overlay some decals on top, which we'll see in a minute, and we're going to really tidy up this area. It's going to look pretty cool. Okay, so now we're moving on to that war memorial that's here, and I had to go into Photoshop and make this texture, but you know what, it was worth it. It looks really cool. We ended up using this texture and then some other textures to kind of go around it to kind of make it look like it's just on the front, and yeah, it turned out really well. I was pretty happy with it. Don't ask me what it says, it's just a load of random Japanese names, a couple of flags next to it. It was quite memorial, right? So I went with it. It looks quite nice, it fits the area. I'm very happy with it, and it's not, again, these two aren't the only period structures I do. I do another one at the front of the building, and especially down the side later on, you'll see that as well as around behind it. So yeah, kind of a lot of it as well, and you know what, I absolutely love doing it, so I can't really complain. Okay, so now we're just behind the main building here, and we're just doing this road that kind of goes behind where there's two really long warehouses, and it took me a while to get them to fit, just because of the structure and size and stuff like that. But yeah, we got them to fit, and in the end, again, that was a labour but not of love. I got massively annoyed, wanted to just stop at this point because it was driving me insane doing the steps that go up the side, like the fire exits type thing. You won't see me build that, but you will see the finalized version in this clip and in the cinematics at the end, and it looks quite cool, but it was just such a pain to get it to look the way it needed to be, and it just caused nothing but anger and stress. But you know what, it doesn't matter because it looks great, and it, yeah, just, well, that's it really. It looks great, I think, anyway, personally. I think it looks amazing. Once we've done this, we're going to move on to the side of the building, and this side is, although not the main entrance, it is still an entrance. Is where the cars are going to be coming in mainly. This, I find, is more for trucks to go around the back of. So the side bit's going to be like the main entrance for cars. The front's going to have the bus in it. Everything's going to be able to enter this property at different areas, which I think is great. But I'm really happy about the way it turned out that way in the build. Now, here we are doing it, and we're starting by doing this undercover walkway with this car park. And down the side of it is these two massive vents. They're two big round vents there, you see? And they're just there. And I thought, well, they look cool, but what if they were an entrance into an undercover car park that goes underground? And you know what? I thought that was such a good idea. I built it. And you'll see me do that now, and it looks really cool. And undercover car parking is always amazing, I found. I think it looks quite great, and you can actually drive physically under there and see it if you want to. But don't, just pointless. It's not really detailed down there too much because you're not going to really see it. So yeah, but it does look quite cool. It finishes off this area quite nicely, I found. And then when it's done, we're moving on to the front where we're going to do like the bus stop and stuff like that. And the main entrance to the building. There's a bit more PO there where I build like a really nice sort of structure that's like a sculpture type thing, which is in the middle of the planter. And then of course we've got the main entrance sign to the property to welcome you in. yeah, so again, something that I was doing a lot in my videos where I'm just filling out spaces, kind of doing that panoramic sweep where we just sweep it into place, because a lot of it's repetitive at this point, and I want to focus mainly on those builds that I actually put the effort into. I say effort, I put effort into all of this, but where I'm actually doing something different. So like the electric building there, where I'm building that to look really fancy, really nice, something to show off. And this area here at the back, there's lovely apartment blocks, a nice little parking bay. They've risen off the ground, they look so cool. And you know what, I'm just going to leave you to watch it because I think they look fantastic. Tell me at the end in the comments, what did you think? Do they look good? Were they worth adding to this video, or could I just skipped over that part and kept the main build? Who knows? You know, I don't know. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me in Nagasaki again. It was a pleasure to be back. I really enjoyed this pod build, like I keep saying. I know I say it over and over again in all my videos, but you know what? It's true. So I'm going to keep saying it because it's true. But yeah, seriously, thank you very much for joining me. If you would like to support me in any way, my Patreon or buy me a coffee links are down below. The asset is available on the workshop now to subscribe if you wish to. So that is also linked down below as well. And if you're new, please like, comment and subscribe. If regular, do the same. Please, you're always here, you're always watching my videos. Why not subscribe? It's easy, it's free, and I'd love it if you join me. Thank you very much for joining me in Nagasaki, and I'll see you next time when we're back to do more. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.